Some became famous, some never reached combat, and some disappeared before production even began. These are the American fighter aircraft that failed, but still helped shape the fighters that followed. The story begins during World War II, when American engineers were experimenting with radically different aircraft designs. America's first jet fighter to fly, the P-59 Airacomet, represented a major technological breakthrough. But its early turbojet engines produced limited thrust, and its performance was no better than several piston engine fighters already in service. Only a small number were built, mainly for testing and training. The Airacomet never entered combat, but it gave America valuable experience with jet-powered flight. The XP-55 Ascender looked unlike almost any fighter of its time. It used a canard layout, with small wings in front and a pusher propeller behind the pilot. The design promised better visibility and heavy nose-mounted weapons. But stability and handling problems appeared during testing. Only 3 prototypes were built, and crashes helped end the program. The Northrop XP-56 was even more radical. It had no conventional tail and used a powerful pusher propeller behind the pilot. Its unusual magnesium structure also created major engineering challenges. Development problems continued, and 1 prototype crashed during testing. Only 2 aircraft were completed before the project was cancelled without producing an operational fighter. The Vultee XP-54 was designed as an experimental heavy fighter with an unusual shape and innovative weapons arrangement. But the aircraft suffered from development delays and serious engine problems. Its expected performance never fully materialized, while more practical designs continued to advance. Only 2 prototypes were completed before the program was cancelled during World War II. The Curtiss XP-62 was designed to be a powerful high-altitude interceptor, carrying heavy armament and operating where many earlier fighters struggled. On paper, it promised impressive performance. In reality, development delays became a major problem. By the time the aircraft progressed, wartime priorities had changed, and the project was cancelled before entering service. The Republic XP-69 was another ambitious attempt to build an advanced high-altitude fighter. It was designed around powerful engines and extreme performance goals. But aviation technology was changing rapidly. Jet propulsion was beginning to replace the most advanced piston engine concepts, making the XP-69 less relevant. The project never produced an operational fighter. As the jet age arrived, Curtiss developed the XP-57 Black Hawk as an all-weather fighter and interceptor. It was designed to operate in difficult conditions where earlier fighters were limited. But development delays hurt the program, while competing aircraft continued to improve. The U.S. Air Force selected the Northrop F-89 instead, ending the Black Hawk's chances of entering service. The next generation pushed American fighter development toward extreme speed and altitude. These aircraft were designed for a Cold War where interceptors had to detect, chase, and destroy targets far above the battlefield. The Republic XF-103 was designed for extraordinary speed and altitude. Its proposed propulsion system was highly advanced, combining technologies that were difficult to develop and integrate. The aircraft promised revolutionary performance, but engineering complexity continued to grow. The project never produced a flyable prototype, becoming one of America's most ambitious interceptor concepts to remain on paper. The Crusader III was an advanced successor to the successful F-8 Crusader and was designed for high-speed carrier operations. It demonstrated impressive performance and represented a major step forward, but the U.S. Navy selected the McDonnell F-4 Phantom II instead. Despite its capabilities, the Crusader III lost the competition and never entered production. The XF-108 Rapier was designed to be one of America's most powerful interceptors. Capable of Mach 3 class speed, it was intended to defend North American airspace against high-speed bombers using advanced radar and long-range weapons. But the program became increasingly expensive, while strategic requirements changed. It was cancelled before a prototype could ever fly. The F-111B was developed as a long-range interceptor for the U.S. Navy. It combined powerful radar and missile systems with the basic design of the F-111, but there was a major problem. It was too large and too heavy for effective carrier operations. The Navy cancelled the program, later moving toward the aircraft that became the F-14 Tomcat. The Lockheed YF-12 was a Mach 3 class interceptor derived from the same advanced family is the A-12. It combined extreme speed, high-altitude, powerful radar, and air-to-air missiles. Prototypes successfully flew, proving the concept worked. But the aircraft was expensive, and changing defense requirements prevented large-scale production. By the 1970s and 1980s, fighter competitions became increasingly important. Some aircraft failed, not because they were poor designs, but because another competitor won the contract. The YF-17 Cobra was a lightweight, twin-engine fighter built for the U.S. Air Force's lightweight fighter competition. It was agile and capable, but it lost to the YF-16. That could have ended its story. Instead, its basic design was developed further and eventually evolved into the FA-18 Hornet for the U.S. Navy. The F-20 Tigershark was a highly upgraded lightweight fighter with a powerful engine, modern radar, and advanced avionics. Flight testing showed strong performance, and the aircraft was heavily promoted to potential operators. But it failed to secure enough major orders. After several prototypes and extensive demonstrations, the entire program was cancelled. The YF-23 was one of the most advanced fighters ever to lose a competition. Built for the Advanced Tactical Fighter program, it competed against the YF-22. The aircraft demonstrated impressive speed, range, and stealth characteristics. But only one design could win. The U.S. Air Force selected the YF-22, leaving the YF-23 with just 2 prototypes. The Boeing X-32 represented a later generation of American fighter development. It competed against the Lockheed Martin X-35 in the Joint Strike Fighter program. Boeing built versions designed for conventional operations, aircraft carriers, and short takeoff or vertical landing. The X-32 demonstrated important technology, but the X-35 won and evolved into the F-35. From strange propeller fighters to Mach 3 interceptors and stealth prototypes, these aircraft failed for different reasons, but their technology, lessons, and ideas often survived, helping shape the American fighters that succeeded them.